welcome back to Home by 9. Once again, my name is Emily.
And my name is Crystal. I was about to say Emily also.
For what? And this is episode 10, right?
Yes, I think. Yes, it's 10.
Okay.
It's 10. I'm like, it's 10. It's been a while, like we said. And then by the time they listen to this one, they're gonna already have heard
The other
one, 9.
And then look at it. We have a new setup, guys. If you haven't noticed.
We decided to do something different because we're like, I don't know, the other one felt like dark, and we're like, we kind of need to brighten it up, like bring in more, I don't know, like what?
More homey, more bright, more good vibes only.
Yeah. And if you guys can't really see Emily, it's because I'm sorry, she blends in with the curtains.
Whatever. But anyways, we made it a little more homey. If you can tell, we have a plant.
It's fake. We don't have to water it because if it's real, then I'm gonna forget to water it, and then it's gonna die. We've had multiple plants. My husband had a money tree, and he's like, all you have to do is just put an ice cube on it, and I still forgot about it.
Oh my God, Crystal!
Maybe that's why I'm broke, right? Because it's a money tree.
You killed the money tree, so now it's like no.
Now it's like no, you can't have the money. But yeah, I can't have plants. I'll forget. I'm like, if I barely remember to drink water for myself, I'm like, and imagine for a plant.
But anyways.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully with the next episode we probably have a couple more things up. But as of now, I mean, it feels different. The vibe feels different in here.
It feels brighter.
Well, of course. We have it looks brighter with the lights and everything.
Well, yeah, but even with the curtains, because even before when we had the lights, it would still look a little darker.
Yeah. And then as you notice, I dyed my hair. I did something different to my hair already. I'm like, it was about time that I did something different. I think I've been putting it to the side for a long time, and I think you know what it is. It's more like the fact that for me it's mom guilt of having that time for myself.
The way you're dressed and with the hair, it's giving. What is it called? Soy una pinche rockera.
Oh, you're stupid. Soy Alejandra Guzman. What is it? I know. Christian was like, ever since you got that red hair, it's kind of like you've been more of a rebel. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, not even. But no, I've been wanting to do this, but then I was like in between doing this color and purple. I'm always used to.
You're always doing purple.
Yeah, I'm always doing purple. I like purple. I don't know. It's because it's darker. You get me? And the red is a little bit more
but
brighter.
It looks nice though. I feel like I like it better than the purple, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good then. Christian told me something, and then Amaya told me too that she liked it. So you're the third person that tells me this too.
No, I feel like I like it better than the purple, honestly. The purple look good, but I feel like this one just goes better with you, compliments you better.
Yeah, makes me. Yeah, it makes you look younger. I'm just saying.
You don't look 30 no more.
Oh, shut up. No, I've been tired, and se me ven todas las ojeras de aquí, and oh my God.
How has your week been?
It's been good. I started, like I mentioned to you, my other classes. And it's pretty hectic because it is a lot of reading, but I'm really happy to have started one of my classes. And the school I go to is a religion university and stuff, and all the classes they bring it back into religion, kind of want to tie it into religion. So it's the first class that I get that they're not really tying it into the religion. So it's more interesting. You get me? Mm-hmm. Not that I don't find religion interesting. It's just it's harder, you know what I mean, to expand on topics when it's just based on one thing. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean, I'm just happy I started these classes. Yeah. And you?
I mean, it's been good. We went on Sunday, because I stayed with Crystal. I spent the night with Crystal this weekend.
She did.
But you know how we went on Sunday to go take the pictures for Maya? Because I thought it was going to be my full project and stuff. Well, it turns out it's not. It was just trying to get into it. Just a practice picture or whatever, practice run. So now I have to take more pictures to actually turn it in, and it's due the 19th. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do.
Well, you know what? Well, I don't know, because it depends on Christian's schedule. If anything.
No, but the thing is that it has to be only one person.
Oh, because I was gonna say.
And it has to be more creative type of vibes.
Like what? Like what?
Just creative.
Is there anything you have in mind? What to do?
I mean, I was gonna do pictures of somebody else.
How about you do the lingerie ones? Have you seen them? The girls wearing the lingerie.
Imagine. And then stop. No, Crystal, because
I volunteer.
no, because how would I turn that into my class? Because everybody can see each other's pictures.
Maybe you should ask the professor, hey,
Yeah,
imagine,
let me
you get an A, you get
hold
an
on.
A.
Can I do somebody burning a dress, a wedding dress?
Oh, that would actually be cool. You should do that, actually.
The burning a wedding dress?
Yeah. Maybe finding one like at a, what is it, like a thrift store or something?
And get like the person to just like
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea. Yeah, I think you should do that.
I
That's
don't
actually a
know.
good idea. And then you catch something else on fire, and
I
then they're
know.
gonna come after
Imagine
you.
I catch a whole field.
You're gonna be on hearing on the news. What is it called? What is it? A photographer tried to do a
Photography student tries to get a photo shoot, but it ends up in a field.
field of cows.
Stop. Makes
But
burgers after.
but yeah, it would actually be a good idea, to do that.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I just need to do it before like the 19th because I
Yeah.
have to turn it in the 19th.
Well, you should. And you need to take advantage right now that it's like still
Yeah,
sunny. Cause so like this weather has been like so weird. It's been like all over the place. Like
Yeah.
it's sunny, and then all of a sudden, like later in the evening, it's
It's
already
like
raining.
raining.
And then like where I live, it's already like it was raining with thunder and lightning. And I was telling Emily that I was driving back home, and then I was putting that song "Thunder and Lightning" from
It's just
Bad
called
Bunny.
Thunder.
No, it's Thunder Lightning. It's called that from Bad Bunny.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else.
No, and but I didn't like. Again, I was just driving. I was like not paying attention to like the song and stuff. And then all of a sudden the song says like thunder, lightning, and then all of a sudden you see the sky flash with lightning. I was like, what is like
What's the coincidence?
Yeah, what's the coincidence? Perfect timing. But other than that, like what else has been up with like your week and stuff?
I mean, just work, and then yesterday was Thursday, right? Yeah, it was Thursday. So I worked all day yesterday, and then tomorrow I have to work all day, and I work from 7:30 in the morning to like 3 p.m. And then it's mom's birthday tomorrow, so they're doing something here. So just to like come back after sun, that means I have to wake up early to actually get ready to go to work, so I can just come back and be already ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I'm gonna come here for a while too, and then we're gonna probably head out depending because we have other things to do.
But then we were with each other on Monday, so Crystal, tell them like what happened.
Okay, so Emily and I actually have this thing, and I'm like, I actually enjoy it. I think it's cool, and I don't think a lot of people know this about us, but like, usually like when my daughter goes to school and stuff, Emily and I have like our sister time, like our sister.
Well, that's when I go over. When I go over with Crystal.
Yeah, when you come over with
Yeah.
me. But then there's been times where we've hung out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when Amaya goes to school, Maya's obviously Crystal's daughter, and when we take her to school and Crystal's like bringing me back home, we'll have our little trip where we get breakfast and then we get our coffee.
Yeah.
And then we'll just have conversations.
Or like, and then we either like one of us pays for coffee and the other one pays for
food.
Yeah. So like we have this tendency of doing that. And the other day we're like, oh, let's go to Farmer Boys, right? For breakfast. So we're like, oh yeah, let's go. It's gonna be probably like 20 something bucks, right? That's what we assumed, right? And we get there and we're looking, at what we're gonna get, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna get, and then I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get this. So like on the pricing, it said $9.99, right? So we're like,
it was
okay,
like a sandwich.
Yeah, and we thought it was like the whole combo. So we're like, okay, like, oh, we're gonna make it a combo. So both of us got the same combo, and then at the end, they're like, oh, your total is like what, like 35? It was $35, right?
I don't know, 30 something.
It was like 30 something. And Emily and I look at each other like,
and we're like, something's wrong.
But I'm like, it's $9.99. So we're like, it doesn't add up. So, anyways, we end up paying, and then we're still looking at the receipt.
Yeah.
We're like, it's not right. We're like, it's $9.99. Like, okay, how much is the combo? If that's the sandwich, then how much is the combo? We're like, let's say in your mind you would add only like what, like $2, $3 extra, right? But apparently the combo was like, what did they say? Like $15.99 to $17.99.
Yeah, because then after we sat down, and then on the top, like way at the top in smaller like numbers, it said to make it a combo, it was like $5 and something cents.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's how they get you. You get me? Like they put it in really small writing so you won't see it. But yeah, we paid 30 something for 2 meals, and we're like, what the hell? Like we
Or
thought
like
we're
they went to go kill the cow or what?
right, and like we thought it was gonna be like cheaper, right? So I'm like, what the hell? Like this is the last time I go eat at Farmer Boys. I was like, because I ain't paying again like 30 something bucks for
For what? 2 sandwiches and like
exactly, and the
fries.
sandwich isn't even good. And
They
I even told
weren't.
Emily, I was like, eat every freaking crumb. You're gonna lick that plate, and I'm like, no crumbs
I left like
whatsoever.
one fry. Crystal was like, "There's a fry.
Yeah,
Eat
I
it."
was like, that's like $1 right there. Eat that fry. But I'm like, it's ridiculous because everything's getting so expensive. And I think like I didn't really pay attention to it because I've been having days where I've told you like I've been like kind of trying to meal prep my stuff more at
Mhm.
home, and you've seen like my breakfast and stuff like that. So I feel like it's been a couple like weeks that I've been trying to do that and like avoid
Going
like
out and
going out
eating.
and stuff and eating. But it's like here and there I'll get stuff more for like my daughter Amaya if she wants something. Or like Kristen's is gonna get something, but I usually eat breakfast at home and stuff now. So yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that's fucking expensive. And it's like it's ridiculous because it's like, how are we gonna make a life
I
if everything's so
know.
expensive? And even if you buy the food at the grocery store,
It's
it's
so
like,
expensive.
yeah, like sometimes you're like, you're doing the math and you're like,
And
okay,
like the
it's like
math ain't mathing.
right? And then you end up there and it's like $100 and you're like, wait, but I thought that was $2.99 and this was like $5.99. How does that, you know?
Literally. You could like
Um,
get 2 items and like, okay, like 30, $80. And I was like,
yeah.
what do you mean 80 bucks?
Have you seen that TikTok where like supposedly they're walking out of the house and it's like a
Oh,
cash
you just see
register
the, yeah,
and
the
it's
price
like a
going
price.
down.
Yeah, it's literally like that. In my mind, literally now, like every time I go out, that's what I
I
think. I'm like
know.
$100, $300, $200.
For
I'm like,
me, now I feel like I've been putting more money in like my savings because I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna limit myself to how much I can actually spend.
yeah,
And then I don't like taking out cash
yeah.
because I feel like when I have cash, I have to spend it. Like my girl math is like, you have cash, it's free money, you can
It's free
spend
money,
it.
girl math. No, but for me, it's not. I think I can't. I don't know. I don't like using cash. Okay, I'll say it like this: if I have cash, I've noticed that I tend to save myself more money. But if I don't use cash, then it's like I waste more money. But at the same time, I hate carrying cash because sometimes like you lose track of how much you're
Yeah,
carrying with you. So then at the end, you're like you're probably making like the equations, and you're like, wait, I should have more. But in reality, you're
you
like
don't.
you did it wrong. So like that's the only reason I hate carrying cash because I'm like, what if I drop something? And then I'm always carrying stuff in my purse, everybody's things. So it's like it's gonna get lost in there, it's gonna fall. And then sometimes, I don't zip up my purse sometimes
And
all the
Crystal
way.
doesn't zip up her wallet either.
Oh, I know. Or I'll tell him like I'm like, put this away from
I
me.
know, and I'm like, Crystal, your wallet's literally open.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't be using like cash. For me, I think it just depends. Like I said, if it helps to save, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, I did like I said, I did spend because I did my hair and stuff. And even then, like I felt like bad, like for doing that. Because I'm like, oh, I can use this money for something else. But I'm like, I haven't, I think, done something for myself in
Yeah,
like the longest, like to actually like, you know what I mean, like to do something for me. So I was like,
like treat yourself.
yeah, I'm like, treat yourself. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm like, it's gonna be like me time. I'm gonna do my hair, something that I've been wanting to do. And then like I cut it. I'm more of like a short hair girl. I don't like long hair. I had my hair long and it took me a long time to grow it, but it's just not me.
I know how you feel because I'm
Like
the same way.
I can't get used to it. Like I got to the point where I got so tired of it because like I would lay down in bed or my daughter would lay next to me or my husband and then all of a sudden I'm like
You're like,
trying to get up.
no.
Yeah, and like they're pulling my hair. So I'm like, I've had enough of this. And then like my hair had no like shape or nothing. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like what's the point of my long hair? So I'm like, you know what? Grab the scissors. I was like, let's go. What is it? Not esta la chimoltrufia
Yes.
from Chavo del Ocho.
I always come here too. Like I'll let it grow, and I'm like, I want long hair. I want to see how it's gonna look long. And then there's just a point, and I'm just like, my impulsive like decisions are just like. But yeah, I just like grab my hair, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And I chop it.
Yeah, but you know what? It was like it's so embarrassing because your brother-in-law, okay, he decided to give me a mark
Yeah, 'cause
on my neck But like, luckily, it's my friend that does my hair, so like we mess around like that, like when we talk to each other. So she's like, she put my hair up, and she's like, "Eh," and I was like, "Oh, I burned myself with the straightener."
Oh
She's like,
yeah.
"Right." She was like, "Well, when you get back home, I'm gonna leave you with more." She's like, "And then he's really gonna beat you," and I was like, "Oh my god." Um, but yeah, like I said, like it was just fun getting my hair done, doing something. Next thing is doing my nails. I want to go do my nails.
I want to go do my toenails because I always do my nails,
Yeah.
my acrylics and stuff. Even though I have like one missing because
Yeah.
my nail was like broken, so I couldn't get it done because now I was gonna get infected. But I want to go do my spring nails, and then I want to get my toes done. And I've been wanting to do my lashes too,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just don't want to waste a lot of money. You get me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's okay. Like right now that you're young, like for you to
I know,
do things.
Crystal, but at
Like
the
I
same
know
time,
that
I
you
want to
no,
save.
it's good saving, but like I'm saying, like it's good to kind of treat yourself too. You know?
Yeah, I know. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you never know like how long you have. Like like knock
Yeah.
on wood and stuff, but you never
Yeah.
know.
Saying about that, I want to go get checked today with like my doctor because like those of you that know, I do suffer from anxiety. And like I don't know if other people can relate, but like sometimes like you feel like these like heart pains or something like on
Yeah.
your chest. But mine were like constantly, and I was like already getting scared, and then like not just that, but like my high blood pressure too, and like I was talking to my doctor, and she was like, "Well, anxiety does cause your blood pressure to go up, especially if you're feeling nervous or something." And then like they were just telling me like things I need to do to make a change. And like I've been doing them again, and she's like, "Well, just continue, and hopefully it continues to help out more." Um, but where was I going with this?
You were the doctor, Crystal.
I'm sorry, and that's another day I talked about with my memory loss. um, but yeah, but where was I going with it though? What were we talking about? I just lost my train of thought.
What were we talking about? I don't know. You said
Oh,
something.
because you said something about the health. Sorry, about like how we don't
Oh,
know.
how we don't know how long we have
Yeah.
left.
As you guys see, like this is literally us. This is how we
You
are.
can
Sometimes
tell
we're
we're just a
talking and
little
we're like,
slow.
wait, what was the point that we're trying to make across? Um, but yeah, like, I wanna go get checked because it's scary, like how you're saying, like
Yeah.
sometimes like now, like you hear all these like
But it's
young
not even that. It's not even like just like, you have a problem with like health wise, but like, sorry, I had to fix myself
Mhm.
in my chair. But, like at the same time, it's just like other things too, like just accidents that happen. You get me?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like for me, it's just like my health. But yeah, like they did everything. Like they did blood work, everything came out normal, and then they did
They did.
they did an EKG. But they're like, oh, like everything's good, like everything looks great. They're like, but we're gonna still refer you to like a cardiologist just
They
to
didn't
do.
find two livers in you,
Shut up.
Crystal.
They found three in me. But yeah, they're like, we're just gonna refer you to like a cardiologist just to get like further
Yeah.
testing done for yourself. I was like, all right. I'm like, that's fine for me. I'm like, whatever it takes, to just make sure like I'm good. But yeah, so I mean, I lost 4 pounds. But I mean, something's better than nothing, right? I'm like, I need to continue working on me. So yeah, yeah.
There's that. But just so you know, I don't think there's two livers. But last time I asked Crystal, I was like, wait, where's your liver at? She was like, you have two. You have
You know
one on each side.
you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about your kidney. That's what I was thinking,
Because it's like, you
honestly.
have two livers. What do you mean?
You have two livers, you have two gallbladders, you're good. Yeah. But anyways, so like today, I think I wanted to get like in the topic of like relationships, what you
Mhm.
think and stuff, um, because I don't know, I was just like, there's so many like questions sometimes I have, like,
I mean, we were asking some questions with each other too last time too.
yeah,
So
like we sometimes like we talk when we do like the podcast, like we just randomly choose what we're gonna talk about,
yeah,
right? But we don't even know like, oh, what should we talk about like today? Like, okay, we should talk about this, but we don't know what we're gonna say to each other. So like Emily and I were talking. I was like asking Emily. So like one passes, and like let's say the like when you're in a relationship and one of you guys pass, right, and the other one stays and remakes their life. when you leave to the afterlife, do you continue your your love story with the first person you were married with, or do you wait for the person that you remade your life with? Um, like
It's kind of
it's
crazy to.
crazy to think about it because it's like, how do you choose? You know what I mean?
But what if, right? What, like, your first spouse doesn't go up there, Crystal?
Oh, then it leaves it easy for you. But even wait, I was
Or
gonna say,
what if both of your spouses go up, but you don't go up?
right? You were the problem. That's why. But like, no, think about it. It's like, do if they both go up there and you go up there, is God like, oh, I speak love,
It's
so
okay.
it's okay.
It's okay, home. You can keep both.
It's okay. You can keep both.
I'm just kidding, God. We're just playing.
No, but think about it. Like, we have an uncle that he had a wife before our aunt, right?
Yeah.
And his wife passed away, but then our aunt passed away and he remade his life again,
Didn't
right?
she pass
And
away
then
too?
she passed away and then he remade his life again. And then that lady passed away again. But you know what the crazier thing is? That they all passed away of the same
Same thing.
thing. That's the crazy part. What?
You don't see a problem there?
No.
You don't see a problem?
Yeah, what if it's him?
You don't see a problem
Oh,
there?
yeah.
You don't see that?
Yeah. What if it? Christian's face.
He's a problem.
Okay. Let's start.
Hold on, Crystal.
Something ain't math in.
Hold on.
Something ain't math in there.
Hold on. They all pass about the same thing. Should we be concerned?
I think we should be concerned thinking about it. We know who's not going up there. I'm just like, but like, imagine like he's made it his life like 4 times. Again, this is not like our uncle blood related.
Yeah.
Like our aunt was the one blood related. But like think about it. Like, he goes up there and he has 4 ex-wives.
No. Right now, I'm thinking, what was the problem?
Right now, it's
Hold
like,
on.
what caused it? What?
That's too much of a coincidence.
Should we give him a 5th one and do some investigation with that one? I'm playing.
Stop.
I'm playing. No, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It is crazy. But no, it's nothing like you know what I mean? Like the way that they pass, it's nothing that he could have done. You
Yeah.
get me? Because it's not that way that he could
Yeah.
interfere with that. So that's what I'm saying, but it's crazy now to think about it.
But yeah, I get it. Like, who would he like choose?
Yeah, I told Christian, I'm like, if I were to pass where you remake your life, and he's like, no, he's like, I don't even think about that. Like, how can you think about that when like like your spouse passes? But I'm like,
But that's the thing.
Okay.
It's not like in the moment
I
you're gonna
know,
think about
but
it.
like he's like, what type of person do you see me as? But okay. I think there's people who have a different mentality and different needs. You get me? That eventually they're gonna be like, I need somebody. That's what I think. So it's like,
But then
you know?
again, you also think about like the age, if depending on like the age you're at, you know.
Well, I mean, if they're young, obviously, you know what I mean.
But like if they're not that young, like
okay, so like for example, if you were married, would you let your significant other remake
no,
their life?
no, you know why?
Mhm.
Because I'm coming for them the day after I die. Just so you know.
I'm for real. I'm for real.
No, but right now that you say that, like I was talking like with my boyfriend about it too. Like I told him how you like brought that up.
Yeah.
And then he was like he said the same thing, he was like, no, like I wouldn't, like I would just get like a dog or something, you know?
Yeah.
But then he was all like, because I told him, I was like, okay, like you remarry and then like who would you choose? And he was all like, but you would go with the second person. And I was like, wait, why? Like I would assume like the first person. Get me? I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna say the first person. And he was like the second person. And I was like, why? Like why do you think that, or why do you say that? And he's like, because if you really loved the first person, why would you like fall in love again?
Yeah.
Or
that's
like
true.
meet the other person, or get me?
Yeah.
And I was just like, like you got a point there.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it. It's still like I understand where he's coming from. Like, it's true, but like I said, like, it depends on their age,
Yeah.
and again, like I said, eventually they're gonna, you know what I mean, like, have their.
I mean, yeah, but then I obviously I would think like the first person too. But then I'm like, would you really love your second partner the way you love your first partner?
I think, I think that's what I think. I
Cause,
think
cause
maybe they're.
okay, look at what's his name, Chris, what's his last name? The one that was married to Selena.
Oh yeah,
Like, he got married again, but then he ended up getting a divorce with her because he was still in love with Selena, even though Selena already passed away.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The things that, like I'm telling you, eventually they get to the point where they probably feel like I need somebody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
somebody there, like a presence. You know what I mean?
But that's why, like, do you think like they would love the second partner the same
No,
way?
because think about it. Let's say you have years with the first person. You get me? Like, it's not gonna be easy for you to like, um, what is it called? Take all those memories away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna, what's it called? You're gonna, you're gonna still have their memory. You know what I mean? And like nobody's gonna match up to
Yeah.
what they were. You know, um. So like for me, like I tell Chris, I'm like, I know that like if something were to happen to me, like you have to like remake your life because you're young. You get me? Like you have a
Cause
life
so now
ahead.
you're gonna come for him too.
No, I did tell him. I was like, if our daughter's like older, she has her family and stuff, and something happens to me, I was like, you wait for me for a couple of hours, I'm gonna come back for you. And Emily's like, I know if he's gone the next day, I know who took him. But like I tell him messing around, like I'm not being serious, like you're stupid. No, for me it's just like don't give me that look. He's like looking at me like, come on, you know you won't take me.
He's like,
Well,
don't lie to the
look,
camera.
let's be honest. Like Emily said, if I go up, honey, and if you're meant to go down, I can't come and get you. Somebody else can come and get you, but not me. Watch. I'm
You're
like,
the one that
knock on
goes
wood,
down.
I'm the one down. He goes up. But like, like that's what I'm saying. Like I know he would have to like remake his life because like I want him to be happy. I don't want him to be alone either.
Right now that you say that,
I'll send him somebody else who's named Crystal.
you're
Same,
stupid. Well, do you believe in like that whole like three love thing or whatever?
I've heard about it, but remind me again because I'm like,
Like
as
the
you
three
say
love
it.
theory. It doesn't necessarily. I don't think it necessarily has to be that you were like with the person
Yeah.
or whatever. But you could have been talking to this person or you would have known this person. But basically, it's like your first love, which is like a high school love, and then your second love is more like of a learning type of love, like the person that like shows you what you feel like you need to learn, like
Mhm.
to get to know yourself, and then
Mhm.
your third love is basically what your true love is.
I honestly don't know because, I mean, Christian's been like what my senior. Well, it was more my senior year, but I wouldn't consider him love, honestly, like the other ones.
I thought you were Chris.
Oh
Like,
no,
what
no,
do you mean?
no. Like I feel okay. Can I be honest? Like the way that you describe it, I feel like I've gone through all three stages with Chris. Like we were young, you get me? We've gone through like our tough times, our good times, and like I feel like we've been through kind of all three stages, you know what I mean? So it's like in a way I feel like he's all three of them combined. He's gonna be like, "Wait, call me big," but like in a way I feel like he's all three of them. But at the same time, like I've told you, like I did have like other crushes like before I met Chris and stuff, other than Manny Montana. Random. Just
You're like, if you're hearing this,
my name is Elizabeth now. um, but like again, like I've met people like in high school, like that I would like talk to and stuff. That I think there was something there, but didn't
I mean,
happen.
Crystal,
And
look,
then
remember you talked about the one that
okay,
went to the movies that we're supposed to go to the
okay,
movies. That was your second one.
something I've never told Chris, and I'm gonna say right now. So, before I met Chris, I actually had gone to Mexico. I think when I was like 15. Yeah, I was like 15. 15? Yeah, I had turned 15 or
Yeah.
yeah, I barely turned 15. So I went to Mexico and I met this person out there, right? But you know how it is when you go to Mexico and stuff, right?
I don't know, Crystal. I've never been to Mexico.
Oh, you haven't? Oh shit, you haven't?
You know what it's like. No, I don't, Crystal.
All right. Well, anyways, when I came back from Mexico, like I was talking to this guy, and like the way, and the thing was that his mom was our mom's best friend, like since they were kids, like so like I started talking to him, and we had like this like, well, I mean, it was like a long distance relationship, you could say, in a way, but it wasn't really like a relationship because, like, in my mind, I'm like, it's a long distance, it ain't gonna work, like that doesn't work, especially him over there. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. So we had supposedly this pact, like, oh, by this age, if we don't marry, like, we're gonna look for each other. But
because that much she was
I
not.
was like, I'm not. I'm gonna look for myself, for my man here, and I did. I was like, let me see.
Ya me voy a encontrar un güerito.
Un güerito con barba. That came after years later. But like, yeah, like I'm telling you, like we had that, like that. Oh yeah, like when if we don't we don't get married by this age, then we're gonna what's it called, look for each other.
We're gonna marry each other.
Yeah, but I was just like in my mind, I'm like, who knows. But I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that are like, oh, made a pact with the friend or something.
They've
Like,
done the same.
if we don't get married by this age,
at this point we're just married.
Yeah, we're just marrying each other. But I think it was more like that because I mean we were kids, we were young and stuff. But I don't know, honestly. I really don't, like, for me, I don't feel like I fit in that category of like first, second.
Well,
third.
I mean, I don't feel like everybody has to fit in that category because like there is people that marry their high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
There's people that sometimes even marry their middle school sweetheart. But I mean, for me, I feel like I have gone through all three stages.
I think you have. I think you've gone past 3.
No, Crystal. No, I mean like 3 as in like actually. I guess what I would think actual love is like.
Yeah.
Because I had it in high school. I can't say that like my first high school boyfriend I was like, oh my god, like I love you, because
Yeah.
I don't know, I was like a kid, so I don't feel
Yeah.
like I actually knew what love was.
Mhm.
But then I feel like maybe my second one, and that was like basically what the high school love. And then for my second one, I would say it was the one that was a little,
Yeah.
which was like the learning love, the manipulation love, the one you learn and you don't want in the future. What helps you learn what you want and don't want in like an actual partner. And I think, I guess I would consider the one that I have now, I guess. I guess he's okay. I guess you're all right. I mean, it's what? It's March 8th today, and it's National Women's Day, and like, I guess. He sent me a little arrangement of fruta.
Palamas.
Whatever.
He's like, fruta palamas.
Shut up. No, but, I feel like after, like, those 2 first loves, I feel like I've learned what I want and what I deserve in a relationship. And I feel like he has provided me what I feel like I deserve in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what? Like, I was, like, talking to Chris about this the other day. I was, like, telling him, I lost my train of thought. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. But like, okay, I was like telling him, so like, like our parents' generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They tend to, okay, they say like, okay, if a girl does stuff with like multiple guys, right? And you guys know what I'm talking about, like the bing bing bing.
The bing bing bing.
But like if you do it
the birds
guys,
and the bees,
you're considered an HOE, right? And I was telling him, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, from what I remember, like me being in high school, I remember that it didn't specifically mean that you were like, doing the stuff,
doing the stuff.
Well, to be considered a,
Yeah.
It was like, even if like you had a boyfriend and then like say the next week you already had broken up and you went with another guy and had him as a boyfriend, and then the week after you broke up with that guy and had another boyfriend. So like even if you weren't doing things, you were you're
Feel
considered, you know what I
considerate.
mean? So it's like our parents had this like idea of like, oh, if you're doing these things, you're considered a, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
again,
Well, I
yeah,
still think they do. I'm not saying all parents do. I'm not saying like all parents, like
think that,
Hispanic
yeah,
parents,
yeah.
whatever, think that.
But
Or
majority, well, it's just say the majority of like,
yeah, I
what are
feel
they, boomers? Like their
I
generation's
don't
boomers?
know.
I think it's boomers, right? Is it boomers? I think they're their generation. Okay.
But anyways, I feel like the majority of them do see it that way because, like, you know, even our parents, like, they still see it that way.
Yeah.
They still see it as, oh, if you do something and you break up with that person, they're gonna go post it on social media and be like, so and so is this, this,
Yeah.
and that. And even though it's not that way, and like you don't see it, you
Yeah.
know, like even though, how do I explain it? Like, you know people that have, and like you know that they broken up. You don't see the next day they're like, oh, so and so was this, this, and that. You get me?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but for me, like when I was in high school, I remember like if there was a girl that like they were like, oh, every week she has
But
like a
I don't
boyfriend.
feel
She's
like
such a
people post it. Like they'll consider it that if like they see them in person and
yeah.
that's what they're seeing in
I
real life
think
happening.
honestly, I think just depends on the person because there is people out
Yes.
there that are like, you know what I mean, like just don't really like somebody and they're like, I'm gonna try to do something to them like
Yeah.
to make their life miserable or something. You get me? But I'm just saying like in
But
a
the thing is that sometimes they consider it more of a guy's gonna do it. But it's not just that. A girl can do it too.
what? Sorry.
Like say that you're this, this, and that. You get me? Like you're an HEO. HOE.
But HEO. Yo.
Oh me. You know what? Shut up. Anyways.
Yeah. But it's called
Shut up, Crystal. 2 livers.
But yeah, like either ways, like I'm telling you, like for me when I was in high school, like they would say that like, oh my gosh, she has a boyfriend like every week, like a different boyfriend. She's such a, but you know what? It is funny that a lot of people have the tendency of calling girls that, but when it comes to
To a
a guy,
guy.
especially
It's like,
in
oh
a
my god, homie, you did such a great
right,
job.
but
Like,
especially like again, I don't know like any other ethnicities how they see it, but like again, how I've seen it in Hispanic, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Maybe it just depends. Again, and it's not everybody, and it's like they don't see it like that with the guy. You get me? But if it's a girl, it's like right away she's a But when
Yeah.
it's a guy, it's like oh he did wrong. He should have done that. But when are you calling them a
Yeah.
um?
It's
But
like, wow, they're so cool for that. Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing. What do you mean?
yeah. So like that's what I'm telling you. Like it's just it's weird, how they make differences,
Yeah.
between like different like the sexes
But, anyways, going back to the whole who ends up with who in heaven or in the afterlife, let us
or in
know.
hell.
Any afterlife, let us know what you guys think.
Watch the first person, the one like their
Don't,
first partner is up there, and then watch
girl,
them like hey, burn.
they're in a comment. They better end up with me.
Let him burn. He never deserved to. What is it? To remake his life.
For real.
But yeah, like going back to like the whole like thing with the like relationships and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, what do you feel like is your love language when it comes to like?
For me, I don't know, honestly. I feel like, for me, I feel like I'm such a gift giver. I feel like I express my love in like gifts or something. You get
Not
me?
with me.
Let me tell you, Crystal. Let's talk about the Bad Bunny concert. Let's talk about the Karol G concert. So cállate. Anyways,
I have more receipts.
shut up, Crystal. But anyways, no. But I think at the same time, it's more like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a physical touch. Like I like hugs. Like I don't know. I don't know. I like being cringy. I like joking around. I don't think I'm like.
What if you one day okay? You're saying hugs and stuff, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna make this a little. I want to have fun with this.
Okay.
So let's say you're out in public, and let's say you see a girl come up to your guy and hug him. Oh hi! How do you react?
I mean, he doesn't. He stops it
You
himself.
drag her.
That's what you would do. No, he's told me before, like, I guess one time he went to school and, like, some girl from, like, his old classes, like, tried to stop him. And he was like, okay. Like, trying to hurry it up. And I guess, like, he wanted to go to class and she wanted to, like, give him a hug before he left.
Yeah.
And he literally just did, like, a fist bump with her.
In the face?
I was like, you should have punched her. You should have ran her over with your car. What do you mean?
What's her address? Give me her phone number. What's her Insta?
No, but I don't think he would be like going for the hug. I feel like he'd be like, he'd stop it.
Wait, excuse me?
He's all like, no, I don't know who you've been.
You're like, okay, you know how I got my hair done? Christian's like, you're a whole different woman. Like, where's my wife, right? When he saw me. So, like, today we went to the store, and so I've been, like, trying to test him, like, hey, cutie. And then, like, he'll be like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, so you don't, you're fine talking to me like this? Like, your wife won't get mad? He's like, stop. And I was like, you didn't pass the test. You see? I'm like, you see what you were doing in public? And then he's like, stop. Like I would just continue doing it throughout the day. But I'm like, I'm just messing with you because, like, yesterday he just kept telling me, he's like, what have you done with my wife? You're not my wife. What are you doing here? You're a stranger. So, like, I started telling him that.
I feel like we mess each other with each other like that too. Like, I'm like, would you still love me if I was a worm?
You know what? Okay, we're talking about, like, the whole hugging stuff. Okay, Christian just told me, like, recently, I'm like, because we've had the tendency of bumping into people he used to talk, we'll say it like that. And like, I tell him, I was like, you get nervous. He's like, I don't get nervous about seeing them. I get nervous about you. He's like, you scare me. He's like, because I was like, he's like,
as I should.
No, he's like, because I already think, he's like, we're gonna get in the car and she's gonna start telling me things, or we're gonna get home and she's gonna beat me. She's gonna beat me. I was like, but, like, he tells me, he's like, it's not so much that we see the people, it's just like, he's like, I just feel like, he's like, not nervous, like, as in that, but, like, I don't want you
How
to
you're
feel,
gonna feel.
yeah, like, I don't want you to feel any type of way, like, feeling like
But I
oh,
feel like you shouldn't in the end feel any type of way, because in the end it's like, I got him, not you. I did.
but I'm not like that. At the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm gonna be like he's a good guy, I'm not saying anything, but, like, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be, like, fighting for somebody,
Yeah.
you get me, like that, like, I feel like that's childish, you get me? And, like, there was times, I remember, like, when I first started talking to him, I had met his ex at school, right? We had a class, and I didn't even know who she was, right?
Oh my god, it really be like that sometimes.
Like, I would talk to her cool and everything, like, we were cool. And then when I find out, like, that was his ex, like, she just completely changed. Like, she started mad dogging me, like,
And it's like, for
like,
what
stop
reason?
talking to me. And I was just like, normal, like, hi, bye, like, I'm like, okay, like, it happened. It was it didn't work out between you guys. It's cool. And then, like, one time I remember, I think it was for his birthday, he was like, he messaged me, and, like, he was like, oh, I had to leave the house because she went over because she knew his brother. So, like, that's how he met her. So,
See, but that's
but,
kinda,
like, not even his brother had, like, a relationship like that. Like, I think she was, like, trying to push herself to it, you
Yeah.
get me? Like, to have like a friendship, like,
See, but
because
that's
of
kind of weird. Like, I don't like when people like do that. Like, it's kind of,
yeah. And so
it's
he,
kind of
like,
for what reason?
so he was like, oh, like, I left the house and, like, I came to, like, my best friend's house or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. And, like, the next day, I remember, like, this girl was just, like, giving me these looks. I'm like, I don't
Like,
care.
what's
Like,
the reason?
yeah, like, she would do things, like, to, like, bother me. But at the end, I'm like, why? Like,
No,
what?
for me, I don't feel like it's like that. Like, for me, like, I'm like, vete con la, like, that's your girl. Like, who cares? I don't care. I'm gonna
Yeah.
remake my life too. But I feel like sometimes there's been like girlfriends of the new people that like give me the like mad doggy me, and I'm like, for what? Like, you're dating him, I'm not. That was my ex.
Yeah.
Keep him if you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's like, for what reason?
But I have had also, okay, like I said, in high school, I didn't have, like, I think I had one. Did I say one boyfriend, right? One boyfriend and
Yeah.
a Christian. Yeah. And for me, it was like I would talk to people, like guys especially, but, like, I wouldn't talk to them with the intention of, like, oh, I'm gonna go out with them. I like them. You get me? Like, I've always been. I can consider myself different as in, like,
Yeah,
as in a no, as in, like, the way I am as a girl. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't feel like I was like how do you say it?
It's your twins energy. It's your twins energy.
No, like, I've told you again. Like, I'm not, like, I want to be a girly girl, but I'm not a girly girl. You get me? Like,
Yeah,
I don't explain it to you.
You're giving those TikTok vibes where it's like, I'm one of the boys.
You're Why are you laughing at? Watch when we get home. Cut the camera. Cut the camera.
It's because like me and Jake were like friends, and like I'm one of the boys, you know, like.
You know what? Watch. Missing man. And
Please keep that in. It is. It's cute.
You know what? Keep it in when she was making that noise and she put it on there for Antonio. Exactly.
That's different. That was before we even started filming.
I don't care. He's gonna put it in the beginning.
Okay.
Anyways, Emily, stop. I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm different. Like I'm one of the guys, not like that. But I'm just saying like,
that's the vibe. It's
huh? No, but I'm just saying like, no, nunca estaba yo like de ansimosa. That's what I'm saying. Like I was not like.
Como las otras, como.
Like you know how there's girls were like, oh, like yeah, you know what I mean, like
where's my hug?
Yeah, like that guy. Dude, I freaking hated that. I remember one time, this was in middle school, that there was this kid I remember, and like I stood, I think, for after school tutoring. I don't remember what it was, and our dad picked me up, right? And you know how our dad was,
and he was like, "Where's my hug?"
Yeah, he freaking goes in my way. He's like, "Where's my hug? You gonna leave me like this?"
Yeah.
And my dad was over there, gave me these eyes. I was like, "Oh, fuck!" Like,
You're
I
like,
was like, and then I get in the car, and my dad was like, "¿Quién era él?" I was like, "Era un amigo." Así abrazas a tus amigos.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, "No, daddy, así."
No, but like honestly, like the whole like when my hug, yeah, I feel like lots of guys in high school like that. Even some teachers, I feel like some teachers gave that vibe.
In high school, but I think it was more in middle school for me, honestly.
So where my hug,
yeah. But like, anyways, going back to like what I was saying before you interrupted me. But like, no, I'm serious.
What did they tell you in middle school, Crystal? Where you been, loca? Bella, where you been, loca?
I was in between. What's their name? What's the wolf and the vampire's name?
Edward and Jacob.
Oh, there you go. I forgot their name. I was gonna say something different. Eduardo y Jacobo. Emily's a vampire. She's all white.
I was
like,
shut up.
Anyways, but like, okay, like I'm telling you, I was going, like, I remember I was I think it was my sophomore year. It was my sophomore year or my freshman year. I think it was my freshman year, actually. Yeah, it was my freshman year. Yeah, it was my freshman year. Anyways, I was like, I had met one of my friends' cousins, and like he was like into me, I remember, and like I started talking to him too, right? But then like there was like a misunderstanding where he thought I had a boyfriend, that we didn't like never like talk like that again, you get me? Like we would talk and stuff, but like we never gave each other a chance. Anyways, he ended up getting a girlfriend, and he would still like try to talk to me.
Like,
no, he would still try to like talk to me. And then I remember for Valentine's Day, he brought me a gift. He still had his girlfriend, and he still brought me a gift. And I didn't know that she had a friend with me in one of my classes. Like she was a friend with this girl in one of my classes, and like I would talk to the girl. Well, this girl told her about the gift and stuff, and yeah, like the girl would mad dog me.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. That's not your fault. That's his fault, because he had a girlfriend. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then like he would make comments here and there, but I'm like, again, this is high school stuff.
Okay,
this is little kids
see, that's
things.
the thing. Like before, you couldn't have screenshots. Now you got screenshots. Now you could have been like,
we had letters back then, so I'm like, I had every. Let me open up my letter.
You're like, look at the letters he gave me.
Yeah, but like no, like we would talk. Like sometimes he would call me on the phone. I remember I would have to like sneak talk in the room,
like the quiet.
And yeah, and
then
then
it's like, and it's like when you hear your parents coming through against the wall.
What is it? No, that other TikTok. We're like, dime que me quieres más alto, no puedo. No, like I would talk to her. I remember, and then I'm like, oh, I'm being slick, right? And I remember one time my mom was like, ¿Con quién hablas a tal hora de la noche? And I was like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean,
Todd? I don't know.
What do you mean? That's my homework. That's my music.
What are you talking about? Am I sleep talking? Am I sleep talking? You're scaring me, Mom. I don't know what that was.
What was that, guys?
I'm scared. But yeah, anyways, like I remember like yeah, like he would talk to me and stuff, and Then like when his girlfriend was around, like he would
He
completely
was like,
he would be all serious, and I'm like, dude, like I remember even telling him like, why are you gonna act one way when your
yeah.
girlfriend's there, and then act a total different way when like she doesn't even know, like come on, like we can be friends, like nothing happened between us or nothing, like it's fine, you know. But anyways, like after a while, I'm like, that's
Like, whatever.
yeah,
Like,
whatever. But like that's why I told you, like I never really took like back in the day, like my high school relationships
too serious
too
and stuff.
serious because I'm like, you know,
Well, I mean, now that you're going to like stuff like that, you know how you said like, oh, when you were 15 or whatever, you met the guy or whatever, and you're like, you didn't take it serious because like long distance. What do you think about like long distance relationships? Do you think they never work, or do you think there are some that do?
I think it depends on the person, honestly. I think it depends on the mentality of the people. Because like I've had other like people that I would talk to like when I used to live, in Pomona.
Or what do you consider long distance?
Honestly, for me, I think anything. Like if it's like more than an hour away, or let's say different state, country, whatever, like that's long
Mm-hmm.
distance, of course. But or even like a minute away, like that's long
Yeah,
distance for me.
Chris. It's like even if they live down the block.
Even if they live down the block. But like for instance, when I started talking to Chris, like we didn't really talk a lot because he had told me from the start, like I don't believe like in long distance
Mm-hmm.
relationships, you know? And then
What?
before him,
Wait. So you started talking to Chris
when I was a junior
in Pomona?
in Pomona.
Oh.
Yeah. So like before that, when I was talking to the person before him, the same thing. But this person would sometimes make trips over here without nobody knowing, which didn't leave me like I'm like, okay, it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Like you don't do long distance, but
Yeah.
okay, you know? So anyways, like I just feel like it depends on the mentality of the person. Um and like I said, I think it's just I don't know. Um yeah, it depends, honestly, because it could work, but at the same time, it's gonna be very hard, you know, because if you're a person that has a lot of like doubt and
Mm-hmm.
trust issues, then it's gonna be really hard for you to be able to stick with something like that. And I can say this, okay, again, going back to the whole Hispanic thing, in a Hispanic
I know
in a
what you're going to.
Hispanic culture, like our parents say, I don't know if you guys heard of it, like amor de lejos, amor de pendejos, you know what I mean? Or like our parents have always I don't know, their generation's different to where they say, oh, all men are the same.
Yeah.
All men are gonna cheat. Never trust a man. It doesn't matter how good he seems.
But the thing is
Like
that it doesn't have to
and
go for just a
yeah.
man, you get
So
me?
like for me it's just like, and I could say this honestly, like I feel like when I first started with Chris, like I did have that in the back of my mind
Yeah.
because I was like, damn, like I can't trust him, like I can't really fully trust him because he's gonna break my heart or something.
Well,
But
I
I
mean,
think within time you have to like kind of let that fear go, because like if you're just thinking about that, it's like you're never gonna be happy
yeah.
with whoever you are, and then you can miss the opportunity, so
I
like
think my answer is B.
B, wrong. Just like, so like, what's the most important thing that you feel like you've learned about yourself, like with this relationship?
I feel like the most important thing I've learned about myself in this relationship is that I don't have to change myself for a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like that person is gonna love me and care about me the way I am, and I don't have to change for somebody for them to like me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was deep.
Uh-huh.
No, but for real, like we've talked a lot, like
Yeah,
we've had like deep ass conversations where we'll both be crying in the end.
yeah.
But it's just like it's the truth. Like I feel like from my past relationships, I feel like there was so much I felt like I had to change
Mm-hmm.
in order for that person to stay with me or care about me or like love me or for them to see me in the way I wanted them to see me.
Mm-hmm.
But with this person, I feel like he sees me how I am and he's like, like I already know how you are. We know the way we met, obviously I don't know if I've talked about here, but we met at Disneyland. So he's like,
I
that's
knew
the
you were goofy.
But he's like, like I met that person. I saw how you were. I know you're talkative. And he's always the person that's listening. I'm always the one that's talking. And he's like just the one listening.
Do you feel like you guys are opposites?
What do you mean?
Like you guys are opposites. Like you guys have different personalities.
I don't think so because I think he's just more shy when it comes to like being around lots of people. But I think when it's just like us, like it's easy for us to like goof around and be the same. I think we have the same vibe, the same spark and stuff. Like we mess around with each other.
But
and,
you
like,
guys kind of are opposites.
in a way, I mean, I feel like he changed the thing that was about me, how I was like very how I became an introvert, with like what happened. And I feel like he brought out that side of me again that I was before.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like going back, like I thought I had to change for this person, so I became like very introverted for like the person I was within a relationship before. And I feel like he brought my old self back.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I can actually be myself around him. So I think that's what's important, that I can be myself and actually he won't judge me. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when it comes to us being just with each other, I think we have the same vibe when it comes with each other. Like we joke around, and then I'm like, I consider him like a best friend because I'm like, there's never a TMI with each other, or like if we hear something, it's like, oh my god, hold on, I have like some tea for you. Like I think that's how we get along too.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Son chismosos.
yeah, somos chismosos.
Son comadres chismosas.
Yes, somos comadres.
She's mine. I'm just letting you know. You ain't taking her away from me. She's mine.
No, but it's because, like, okay, so, like, how he goes to school or whatever, he has, like, the Saturday class, and he's, like, telling me, he's, like, there's these girls that are, like, oh, like, men are this, like, who cares about men, like, men are all crap, like, the same Hispanic type of thing that,
Yeah.
and he's all, like, but he's, like, texting me while he's, like, hearing it, and he's all, like, in my head, I'm, like, not my relationship, couldn't be me.
I don't know what you looking for, your man, but
But, yeah, that's how we mess with each other.
yeah.
Anyways, I feel like what I learned is that I don't have to change myself for somebody. And I can be myself. But anyways, that's what I learned.
Wow, you learned something.
Shut up.
Good job. Now teach her how to say agua.
No, there are times where it's like I'll say something or I'm like, I know what that is. And he's like, wow, you actually know?
You see the
I see it too. What was your favorite part? Mine too.
No, like I forgot what we were talking about yesterday. And then I told him, I was like, yeah, about clocks. Because I don't know, like, do you know like the clock times, like on an actual clock?
What are you talking about?
What each hand means, like on a clock?
Yeah, time and minutes?
Yes, but like, do you know which one's which?
Yes.
Okay, so he asked me, he's like, do you know which one's which? And I was like, yes. And he's like, okay, which one's which? So I told him, and he's like, wow. He's like, no, you searched it up. I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I actually know what it means.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow. He was like, I'm gonna get you the watches, the ones that don't have any numbers, and it's just.
Then no.
I was all like, hell no.
I'm just gonna be counting right there. No, what is it for? What is it? Damn it! You see, I lost again my train of thought. All right, guys. So I think it's getting a little bit late, so we're gonna wrap it up. And I think for our next episode, we're probably gonna record like our ghost stories. Again, we had already recorded for you guys previously, but our audio didn't work out with us. So hopefully the ghost doesn't mess around with us this time again too. So yeah, Emily, you have any few?
Well,
Things to say?
just remember, follow us at TikTok and on Instagram at home_by9. And if you have any other suggestions for any episodes, just let us know.
Yeah. And so with that being said, we hope you guys have a good rest of
And
your
remember
week
to
or
get
weekend.
home before 9.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.